Hey, Shalom, Shalom. Call, hello, Imla, Lahaynawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waharakak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to hopeful elect. It's Brother Anah back with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Hey, we're getting close to this thing, man. We're getting close to the wrap up. The end of all wickedness is about to, be ushered in, man. The more you start to see the moves that Esau Edom is making, which Esau Edom is another term for the so-called white man, because everybody on this planet has a biblical nationality, and Esau is the progenitor of the Edomites, which are the white people today. Now, every white person is not an Edomite, and there's no such thing as a white person. If you look at their skin, they're actually pink, derivative of red, which is what their father came out as. But the moves that they are making, okay, and they rule this kingdom, which the scriptures tell you that Esau is the end of this world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, the moves that they're making is a telltale sign that their kingdom is almost up. Okay, I got an article right here from Wired. Okay, it says DHS, which is the Department of Homeland Security, wants a single search engine, okay, to flag faces and fingerprints across agencies. Okay, it says Homeland Security aims to combine its face and fingerprint system into one biometric platform after dismantling centralized privacy reviews and key limits on face recognition. Right? It says the Department of Homeland Security is moving to consolidate its face recognition and other biometric technologies into a single system capable of comparing faces, fingerprints, iris scans, and identifiers collected across its enforcement agencies, according to records reviewed by Wired. And that'll be my first script, because the elect of Israel is actually not going to be taken by surprise by this. The elect of Israel can actually see where this thing is going. No, that's not what I want. All right, this is 2 Corinthians, okay, 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, I'm gonna read it in the NLT. It says, so that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his schemes. And one of the things that the scriptures allow you to do is to have insight on the playbook of your enemy. And yes, we have an enemy. Our people, which are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, we are the true biblical Israelites, okay, and we have a playbook that outlines the plays of our enemy. You know, just think of when you played, you know, little league football, or you know, your coach outlines a play. Well, we have the playbook of the enemy, you know, and that therefore we not ignorant. Okay, when you go into that word ignorant,
Strong's G50. Agnaeo.
All right. It says to be ignorant, to not know, to not understand, unknown, to err or sin through mistake. Okay. To be wrong. Okay, so right, because Esau, Edom, okay, if you are in the spirit, okay, you can see his evil purpose. He has an evil purpose. Okay, his mind is prone to think of evil purposes and conjure up things that'll ensnare our people, man. It's Psalms 64. Okay, and we'll start at 5. It says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. Okay, and this is an evil matter where you prevent you prevent people from moving around, you know, and you set up borders and border controls to prevent people from moving around. You know, the earth you know, should not be given, okay, to be able, well, I should say the power, the authority should not be given to a certain people to prevent, you know, people from being able to move around and do what they need to do, solely based on, you know, you having charge of them, so to speak, you know. And Esau, Edom, you know, has an evil purpose behind it, so he can control the masses and prevent people from moving around and doing what they need to do. You know, it says they search out iniquities, they accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and their heart is deep. Okay, that's, you know, that's an evil purpose when you seek out things that can ensnare people like that, man. It says the Department of Homeland Security is moving to consolidate its face recognition and other biometric technologies into a single system capable of comparing faces, fingerprints, iris scans, and other identifiers collected across its enforcement agencies. Enforcement agencies, okay, is what's going to have all this information. Why? Because they're trying to enforce their evil purpose, man. According to the records reviewed by Wired, okay, it says the agency is asking private biometric contractors how to build a unified platform that would let employees search faces and fingerprints across large government databases already filled with biometrics gathered in different contexts, and even through this phone, man, the phone apps and all kinds of social media platforms, they collect information, man. They always collect the information, so with them collecting all this information, they're using it against their citizens, man. They're trying to build that platform to where everything is, hey, this is what they mean by when they say one word government. All systems is connected, okay, for the purposes of taking control, okay? And you can't be ignorant to that, man. It says the goal is to connect components, including customs and border protection. Okay, what you need to control people going back and forth and moving around for? Because you want control. You want total control, man. Okay, you want to be able to dictate what everybody does, because you want to make everybody slaves, man. It says the Transportation and Security Administration, U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, and the Secret Service and DHS headquarters replacing a patchwork of tools that do not share data easily, which they're trying to change. Everybody's going to have to come under one system, okay, and that system is going to eventually end up into what? The CHIP on that RFID, M chip. All that information is going to be shared by these different services, which eventually they want to make into one world power, the image of the beast, man. So be not ignorant, man, of Satan's devices, man. You got to be able to see and perceive what this man is about and what he's doing. So with that being said, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.